Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Justin Love here, your realtor in the Okanagan, coming at you back from the office, no longer in self-isolation in the home office. It's good to be back out in the world. What's even better though is the numbers that I saw come up on my screen this morning as I was taking the pulse of the market. Again, to recap, a few weeks ago we hit at around 14 and a half months supply. So if you've been following the videos, you know 14 and a half months supply or absorption rate is not great. If you're a seller or a homeowner, that means that we're in a buyer's market, and when you're in a buyer's market, prices start to drop. Last month, home prices in the North Okanagan dropped by about 1%. Now, a few weeks ago, that started to change, and like I said before, I wasn't sure if when I first saw the number come down a bit, it went to about 12 and a half months supply. I thought that it could have been a wobble. Just momentary, things got better and it's going to get worse. But now I've seen another week where the number has been trending back down. It's not precipitous, it's not coming down super fast, but it's a long, looks like we're in a long, hard crawl back to some semblance of normalcy, not only in our market, but in the real life, in our lives. And I'm cheating again, looking off screen. So right now, also interesting, this is the first time I checked the numbers where we have over 400 homes on the market for sale. So we're still not at our spring peak, but our typical spring peak, but we are getting up there. So we're starting to see more sellers go back on the market. So we have 406 homes as of this morning on the market, 105 new listings in the last 30 days, 38 sold. And last week, I think it was about 34, 36. So the numbers come up a little bit. So it's not a great big huge leap forward or anything like that, but still that puts us now at 10.7 months supply. Last week we were 11.5, so now we're 10.7. So we keep coming down these little degrees, but it is a step down. I'm looking at the chart and you can start to see we had a peak and now the numbers are starting to come down. It's a trend in the right direction. If you're a buyer, what I've been seeing with some of my listings is buyers, like I had one throw 10% off list. No, buy, not happening. But what I'm starting to see is a report came out by CMHC, the Canadian Mortgage Housing Corporation, and they were projecting that across Canada, you could see values drop as much as 19%. People take that soundbite and they go, fear, everything's dropping, sky is falling. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. It might be in some parts of Canada, absolutely. Again, that's a projection. Projections are a dime a dozen. Everyone has them. They're like opinions. You talk to 10 economists, and only one is right, if that at all. I'm not saying that Canada's in the clear and we're all going to be fine. What I'm saying is markets are local. So my favorite example would be a number of years ago, after the financial crisis in the Okanagan, we'd already dropped. And after a few years, we kind of hit our bottom and prices were getting ready to rise. I worked with a couple from Vancouver. They looked at all the houses and they said, well, we're just going to kind of hold back and sort of see, we're going to wait for these prices to drop more and then we're going to see where things are at. I said, what drops? They said, well, we've heard that the prices are getting ready to drop, so that's what we're waiting for. I go, yeah, maybe in Vancouver, not here. That's not what's happening here. They've already dropped. We've bottomed out. Now we're starting to see prices come up. They didn't want to believe that, and then they watched things rise 10, 12% in a year, so they lost their purchasing power. And then Vancouver, so I think they were taking equity out of their homes. So yeah, they got screwed. They got screwed because they had the wrong mental model. And that's all any of us are trying to do is find the right mental model. It's not always easy, but in this case, I'm here to tell you, let me make it simple for you. Markets are local. Yes, what happens across Canada or across the world does affect us and wherever you're at. But, and I'm not saying the Okanagan is super special and we're immune to any sort of market deflation and prices going down. We're not. But what I'm saying is last month we only had prices drop 1%. It'll be interesting to see. Again, I'm a facts and numbers person. I want to see what's happening as it happens. So we could see numbers for May. Maybe it'll show the prices dropped again. Don't know. I don't have that sense. Things are selling still pretty well from what I've been seeing in my own slice of reality and business that I have going on. They might not. They might also just go to zero. Hey, if we finish this year at zero, that's better than a loss. If we finish somehow with a couple percent higher, great. Then I guess the world issue of the pandemic didn't affect us as much, at least for real estate. So it's good to look at facts. It's good to look at economists' projections, but they are just that. They are projections. They are not the word, and they are certainly not the rule for all of Canada. So now you could have where in a situation where Vancouver drops 22%, Okanagan drops 2%, one other segment might be up 5%, and Toronto could be down 62%. I don't know. I'm just pulling numbers out of the sky. All I'm saying is be careful of the numbers you watch, and be careful of applying those numbers to all of Canada. Because as you know, what happens in one area in your hometown is very different what's going to happen from Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, Prince George, Lethbridge, wherever. Things, local economies are local. So yeah, so for the Okanagan, for Vernon, it looks like things are picking back up, which is great to see. Anything can happen anytime, and everything can reverse around. But so far, I'm seeing a trend where the market is picking back up. Whether reports like that erode market confidence and everyone gets scared, possible. But again, so far, not happening. If it does start to happen, I'll let you know. So until then, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and if you like the video, please subscribe down below. Sign up for the notifications so you can be notified when there's a new video. All right, bye.